What's going on YouTube and cryptocurrency family? My name is Harry. I'm the Crypto Vet. Thank you for tuning back in. I can't appreciate all the support enough. If you like this, hit the like, hit the subscribe. This helps crypto in general, not just me. But I do appreciate everybody's support. If you haven't already, follow me on Twitter at XRP Veterinarian. This is where I post charts, funny things that I see, whatever the case may be, and you know, slowly building up quite a community on Discord, and I really appreciate it. I do. And for all the people who are trying to give me donations, please, I don't need it. You guys can invest that yourselves. Just hang out, you know, chat with people, and help build a good community, and that's all I could ask for. So let's go ahead and get started here on CoinMarketCap. We have Bitcoin at around 10% up, Ethereum's up a little bit, XRP's up, so we're seeing some nice bounces. Polkadot overtook for the number 5 spot here with market cap at $10 billion. And as far as biggest gainers, we have still, again, graphs starting to pick back up. As far as biggest losers, not bad, you know, 5%. But when we're looking here at the charts, we're going to start off on the daily candles here on Bitcoin, and we were going over some scenarios yesterday in the Discord on where we could go. We could have a bounce here off the daily exponential moving average, or we could fall down. Well, here at that, before the daily candle closed about an hour ago, we started to have a really good pump this afternoon, and we came all the way up. However, we were not able to overcome this $38,000 spot here to show that we are, in fact, breaking this trend and heading to the upside. You know, until we actually get above our previous high here, you know, we could be forming a double top and then be heading back down to the downside. In previous bull runs, if we were to zoom all the way back out, which I know I've done this every time, but it's just the point is strong, and we need to go over it, is we come down, we touch the daily, and we bounce. In the most bearish scenario, we come down to touch the weekly exponential moving average, which is going to be this dark blue line. Let me go ahead and turn one of my script tools off here. So, you know, as for the week goes, we've had a lot of buying volume coming back, but we're still not out of the water. If we look at just the 4-hour here, we had what looks like to be possible little head and shoulders forming here, and if I turn these scripts back off, let me delete a lot of these trend lines because they're just a little extra right now. Let's see here, and now we can just see that we have our fib lines, which are the gray lines. We have 2 ascending channels that we've been following, as well as our moving averages here. And then this would be the bearish price target if we had broken out of this small head and shoulders in here. But we still have this big head and shoulders pattern possibly playing out. And in order for this to be null and void, we would have to get above this point right here, which now at this point is going to be right around 38,600. And we can see, even as I'm recording this, that we're having a little bit of trouble getting above this point. Now, if this actual big head and shoulders pattern was to play out right here, and we'll just draw this for the hell of it, we would have our neckline right down here. And you know, you could put the neckline lower, you could put it higher. Right here we have the most touches, unless we bring it all the way up to here. So where you want to draw this neckline is kind of up to you. Personally, I would like to go all the way down to where we had actual touches on these wicks, because it lines up pretty well, as well as these candle bodies. We have a nice switch here for support and resistance. So if we did a measured move from the top of the head all the way down to the neckline, and we bring it down to a break below, it's something interesting. It's bringing us down to the bottom of our trend line here, and it's also taking us to a key fib line, which I believe this one is, I think this is the 1.6, or just the 1 on the fib extension. And this is a trend-based fib extension from all the way back to where we started this pump several weeks ago. So kind of interesting that we would have a correction down to here. I'd be very healthy still, and typically when we're having drops down, everything comes down in waves, right? So we'd have a, you know, we wanted to draw it out as an Elliott wave, we definitely could. This would be the wrong wave. No, this would be the right one. You know, we come down, we go up, we come down, and then we could potentially even go down further, right? So maybe this is actually only, something like this. right? We don't know. We don't know exactly yet what's going to happen or what plan it's going to take, but it would be very possible that we come down, we see the little bounce, we come down a little bit lower, see another little bounce up, and then we finally come down to our price target before, again, doing another exactly the same type of Elliott wave, which this time we would build back up from those previous resistances as support, and then we continue our way up. So we're not quite sure where this is going to go. However, I just would not, for a lot of people who are thinking this is time to long it, I would not do that at this moment. There's a lot of things that could still happen. We may potentially have a nice little ascending wedge forming, and we know how those play out. If we come down to here and just kind of give an approximation as to what could happen. Let's say we break out right here. Well, we could be seeing ourselves on the way down. In the bull run, we typically, if we were to break down, we would break up a little higher up, and what do you know? If we came all the way up to here and broke down, it's putting us back onto our support at the neckline, and it would just show us that we have a little head and shoulders pattern forming inside of another head and shoulders. So the head and shoulders would be one of the shoulders, and to represent that, we would have shoulder, head, and then the next day or so we'd form another shoulder and then break down from this one, which then would break us down from the bigger one. So a lot of bearish things still showing in the charts, so we can't get too bullish yet. Now if we were to break out from this and we were to find support above this ascending channel here, once we overcome the previous all-time high, it technically could be off to the races again. So we're just going to have to wait and see, because we did find nice support on the daily, which you can see by these little wicks here. I'm just not completely sold yet. As far as other things in the charts, if we come and look here, we have a decrease in the RSI, and we have an increase in price here, so this is bearish divergence. So this would indicate that we would potentially be correcting down here again at some point, and we may not actually get above, say, this point here on the RSI, right? We could just draw these two lines here, and we could see if maybe we could get above this trend line, or if we stay below it. But we potentially are losing our momentum. We can look at the VPVR, we can see that our line of control is a little bit lower, right where we would need to see support again if this was to fail. Our traded volume above it is much lower, so the buying and selling is not quite there, and our volume is decreasing at the same time. So it's going to be a lot harder to get this price to go up if there's no volume to back up that people are ready to pay this price as it's going up. And also, if we go ahead and just hide all of this and we go ahead and bust out the EMA ribbons, we can see that we were able to bust above it, which is good, but we could easily not be able to find support right here. If we go to the daily, we are still doing good, right? We found support on the top of the ribbons, but as we scroll down in time frame, I need to get to the right one, hourly here. We're up above it a lot. We're at the top of the RSI, so we could be losing our buying pressure here, and we may see a small reversal, but as long as we get good support on these ribbons as well as above the crucial support lines, there's a chance for Bitcoin. But regulators are talking a lot of different things right now, so who knows what we could see. So just showing the correlation, this is the same two things. XRP is having in a sense a decouple from Bitcoin here. They've been following each other pretty good. As Bitcoin went up, we can see here that XRP has actually fallen through a support, so now we could see some different price action on XRP compared to Bitcoin. And if we look at the Wyckoff accumulation that I have been following here, we've still been continuing sideways. We are still actually below or on support from this symmetrical triangle, which actually we would most likely have to draw a little differently here, something like this for now. If we were to fall through here, we would need to hold around the 27 to 28 cent range, or we could possibly see a correction down to 25 or even as low as 21 or 20 cents. But not much news, new things coming out in the charts. This here could be the fact that the new SEC chairman is potentially not in favor of XRP. However, he's kind of flipped his views as time has gone on. He initially said that XRP was a security, but now with its decentralization and its use case could potentially not be. Just like he said with Ethereum at the beginning, it definitely was more like a security than Ethereum is now with a more decentralized network. Another reason why we could be seeing a drop now is today was the day that we were starting to see certain exchanges halt or delist XRP from trading. Thus, I was expecting that we might see some drop in price as more fear, uncertainty, and doubt was brought into the market. But we are getting a little bit of a bounce here, but we'll just have to kind of see how this actually goes. For now, we'll most likely continue trading sideways until Bitcoin either continues to pump up and brings the market with it, or stays sideways longer so other markets can figure out which way that they want to go. But that's going to do it for this video here. I said if you want to see my charts and things as we go, not much new stuff today. If I can find any good news or anything, I might do another video tonight, but that's going to do it for now. I will catch you guys in the next one.